One of the most famous psukim in the entire Torah is in this week's Parsha. Torah tziva lanu Moshe Mordosha Kihilas Yaakov, which in a nutshell means that the Torah is an inheritance for everyone. It belongs to everyone. This is a special pasuk. This is the first pasuk that a father is obligated to teach his son that the Gemara talks about. So this is a very significant pasuk, and it has a lot that we could discuss about it. The idea is we have to realize that everything is in the Torah. That's the message of this pasuk over here. And we have to realize that the Torah is for everyone, not just scholars, but also for people who aren't as scholarly. Not just for regular people, but also for scholars. That's what the Ma'am always discuss. The Torah is literally for everyone. That is the idea over here. There's a very fascinating Vayikra Rabbah. It's a Medrash Rabbah in Sefer Vayikra. And the Medrash over there relates a story that there was a fellow who was very refined and fine looking. And he came to Rebbe Yanai. And Rebbe Yanai, he invited him to his house. That's the idea over here, right? The fellow was traveling, and Rebbe Yanai saw him, and he looked very nice. And and he invited him over. That's basically the idea over here. Said, give him something to eat over here. So basically, after some discussion, this is actually, if you want to look it up, Vayikra Rabbah in Parshas Tes Os Gimel. And after some time, Rabbi Yanai realized the guy didn't know any Torah, which it didn't fit what he looked like. He looked like he knew a lot. He didn't know anything. So he was a little upset about that because he tricked him over here. So, anyways, he realized he didn't know anything. So Rabbi Yanai told him, "Why don't you bench? Lead the benching. After all, that's the custom, is that the guest leads the benching. He recites the special bracha." He said, "No, I don't. The rabbi should do it." He didn't know how to even lead benching. So he said, "Could you repeat after me?" Rabbi Yanai said. He said, "Yes, I could." Rabbi Yanai basically said, "Repeat the following words after me," and he said it in a different language. He said that a dog ate the food of Rabbi Yanai. He was offending the guy. He was saying, "What you trickery? You're like a dog. You don't know any Torah. What's going on over here?" And basically, long story short, the guy said, "That's a little rude." And he said, "You have my inheritance." I said, "What do you mean you have my inheritance?" He says, "One time I was walking by a school and I heard that the people were saying, Torah siva lanu morosha kilas the Torah is an inheritance. It doesn't say morosha kilas yanai, kilas Yaakov. Torah siva lanu Moshe. Rasha kilas Yaakov. It's not just, the Torah isn't just for Yanai, it's for everyone." He said, "You're right." And then the Medrash continues and says that what was the merit that this fella had, that he was able to sit at the table of the great Rebbe Yanai. Basically, the idea is when he saw two people that were speaking badly about someone else, he never told the other person that someone else spoke badly about him. Or if he oversaw the two people were fighting, he always broke up the fight and he always made peace between them. And then the Gemara concludes from here, Derech Eretz Kadma L'Torah. A lot of people think it's in the Gemara. If I'm not mistaken, there's no Gemara about it. This is the only place where it is. It's in the Medrash Rabbah over here in Vayikra. That common etiquette precedes the Torah. Like the Mishnah says, you mean derech eretz in Torah, you mean Torah in derech eretz. Person needs proper etiquette. He needs to act properly for the Torah to work. Now, it's a two-way street. It's not just whatever a person feels is the right way is the right way. He needs to learn Torah and then figure out through the Torah which is the proper way to act. That's the idea over here. There's a lot to say about this over here. Uh, we see over here the concept that it is for everyone. That's what the Torah is for. Rabbi Aaron Kotler explains that it's very interesting because when you have a field, so let's say you have two people who are gonna inherit the field, right? So it's very interesting because if work was done on the field to improve the field, so now what's going to happen? So now the other person also benefits from the work that was done in the field. It's the same thing with the Torah. Everyone benefits. When someone learns Torah, everyone in the entire world literally benefits. That's an amazing idea. The Torah, and people learn it, it's like the heart giving and supplying all of its nutrients to the rest of the body, all of the lifeblood. That's the idea over here. And that's basically what we have to realize, that it's for everyone. And without learning it, the world would literally cease to exist. Now, the relationship between Torah and Derech Eretz is a major discussion in and of itself. You have to have both. You have to learn Torah, but also act properly as well. But Rav Shach explains that the lessons of Torah teach us how to act properly. For example, uh, manners, respect, proper speech, other human qualities. That's all prerequisite to learning Torah, but also this is learned from the Torah itself how to do it properly. For example, in Bereshis, we learn how we should treat guests, speak to others, deal with those who are brokenhearted, respond to a spouse, comfort an enemy, etc. It's all in the Torah. Look for a spouse, conduct oneself while he's involved with business. So that's basically the idea that we have to realize as well. Now, a person needs Torah and he also needs derech eretz. It's really a two-way street to do it properly. That's the idea. And Rabbi Kotler explains this idea of that, if you look very interesting, a lot of our leaders, David HaMelech, Moshe, they were shepherds before they were involved with their leadership. Why? Who cares about them being shepherds? So one explanation is that if you can't handle a simple task, you can't handle a major task about leading all of the Jewish people. But the other idea over here is even when we're involved with unimportant activities, something that we seem like isn't important, guess what? That shows how we act. Are we organized? Are we careful? That's the idea, and that will translate itself and manifest itself in other areas as well. So that basically is the idea in short. Torah is for everyone. Derech Eretz Kabbalah Torah, very important idea, and it's all a part of us. I thought that was a very interesting point
Yep.
to finish the Torah with. Okay, so next time we're going to jump right into Bereshis. That's what it is. Everyone should have uh,
A
should
good night.
yeah, good moyed and internalize these ideas.
Amen.
All right, call to
Be well.